So I was in Japan for 3 weeks not making videos, and the entire time my lovely Discord community where we talk about all things art and business relating to 3D was blowing up my phone as usual. On my little break, I noticed that most of the people who weren't doing well getting clients kind of had a lot of the same things in common, so I started writing a list of reasons why you don't make money as a 3D artist, and so here it is. So assuming you have everything else ready to go, you're looking in the wrong place for clients. So pretty much every day I get the same question on Discord, and that is how to find clients. And apparently many people missed the video where I literally give you 3 e-commerce influencers that have a likes and comment section full of people who are involved in e-commerce and therefore have products. Don't you dare click off this video, watch that one after. I also responded to someone in my Discord server recently who said they were using Instagram search and not really finding results. And the first thing I want to say about that is, if you can find qualified leads through Instagram search, everybody else can too. What you also have to realize is, for whatever reason, the accounts that come up on Instagram search just are not very good. I would totally avoid this method, as well as hashtags. Don't waste your time with hashtags. They haven't been a usable feature in Instagram for years. And if you've ever used hashtags, you'll know that all it really does is give you comments like these. I just wanted to share a new method I recommend to somebody who is asking about beverage brands. So someone in my Discord server said, how can I find Instagram accounts to offer them my work? For example, I'm searching for beverage companies or something like that, but I can't find any. I can only find the bigger ones. So I think I was out of the house. I was responding on my phone. So basically I just went on YouTube and said, starting a beverage company. And this video came up right here that has almost no views. But if you go into his description, he has an Instagram account. And then I found out that he makes shorts. So since basically everyone on the internet is building a personal brand about what they do, myself included, you can basically find how-to videos on like any niche online. So if you put yourself in the perspective of someone building a beverage brand, you need to search things that are going to lead to communities where there are more people like you. So in this case, if you're looking to start a beverage company, you would be on this guy's account where he makes reels about starting his beverage company. And his following is likely made up of a lot of people who are at least somewhat interested in starting a beverage company, many of which may be trying to do their own. So if you apply this to almost any niche, whether it's cosmetics or supplements, you should basically get a curated list in the comments and likes sections of people who have recently been interested in that thing. Now, the second reason people don't make money using 3D is they simply don't try hard long enough. But if you're anything like me, you've dove headfirst into a new business venture that you're sure is going to make money. So as time passes, you get better and better at 3D, but then no clients are coming. Or if you've seen my videos, you start trying the outreach methods that I recommend, but you don't get instant results, or maybe you're not going about messages the right way. Now, the unfortunate reality of this advice is where I literally just say don't give up. I've talked about this a bit in other videos, but the key here is literally just perseverance. It's doing it anyways, and it's trying your hardest and trying to find new methods. But just be aware that eventually your motivation will fizzle out, and if you don't just persevere and continue trying anyways, you will inevitably give up and just think that maybe it isn't for you. A YouTuber I recently found said it best, and I've been thinking of this ever since. He said, online business is just a process of elimination. Every time you feel like quitting and don't, half of your competition just quit. Remember that every single time you're about to give up. I know it seems like kind of corny and cliche, but like this is seriously some of the best advice in the world. Also, pro tip, if you ever FUD yourself and you feel like everyone is running laps around you and you're not going to make it, this is normal. This is as normal as it gets. I still feel this way often. Literally just don't quit and you'll find your way. When I first started doing cold outreach, I had literally no guidance. I was DMing random accounts. I was writing literal paragraphs, thinking that total strangers would read my entire pitch to them. It was total insanity. But I ended up sending roughly 500 DMs before I started realizing, oh, the shorter messages do a lot better. My somewhat success in 3D is pretty much down to just relentless trial and error and a refusal to give up. And with 3D, this is the first time in my life that I've really had a relentless desire to keep going. Currently, I have a friend starting a web design agency, and he's spent months preparing for it, building the website, building the strategy, whatever. But within the last 2 weeks, he's just now started cold calling, and he's going all in, getting his boots dirty, getting told no, getting told to leave people alone. Just relentless failure, but with little specks of success here and there, little gems of learning. And he told me a few days ago that these last 2 weeks have been the greatest growth in this entire thing so far. The part that hurts the most makes you grow the fastest, and you just have to trust that process. And every time you fail, you just got to be like, hell yeah, like I'm further in the cave. Just think about this meme. Now, the last possibility is that your portfolio is just bad. Now, before you click off this video, because you know that can't possibly be the case for you, I'm not only talking about the work on your portfolio, but also your username, bio, the presentation of everything, just the whole image. So to keep it simple, I'm also going to be talking about portfolio as an Instagram account, but this pretty much applies to Behance and any other platforms. So first of all, for your profile picture, this should be clean and professional. So if you don't have a logo or your logo's bad, and be honest with yourself here, you can use a nice picture of yourself. And if you don't have a nice picture of yourself or you want to stay anonymous, which I totally understand, seriously, just pick a shade of a color that you like, preferably like a pastel or just, you know, something like the color of my shirt or whatever. Maybe even like a nice shade of gray, I don't know. It is the simplest way to look professional with like zero effort, I swear. Something about a clean, solid profile pic, or maybe like just a subtle gradient, there's something about it that just looks nice. I would discourage you from putting 3D models in the pic unless you're really confident that it looks good. You're gonna want your profile to be as pleasing as possible when people see it in their DMs. Now your username next. So this part is pretty important. Including periods in your username is okay. Don't use underscores and avoid numbers. Even putting like 3D kind of looks bad to me. Also, literally all of this is my opinion, but if you're honest with yourself, like which usernames look better here? And if there's a name that you want that you don't have it, you can add like a different tense of it or add like studios after or anything to make it like a word. Just having singular words as usernames just looks so much more professional. It looks more trustworthy and official. And then the last thing to consider is if there's a remote chance that you ever end up scaling this thing into an agency where you have multiple people, maybe just keep your name out of it. It's not the hardest thing in the world to rebrand, but, you know, me putting Spencer's 3D as my username just might not be the best move for the future if I ever plan on hiring people. Now, as for the bio, there's not too much to go wrong here. I would avoid phrases like artist and DM for commissions because it looks very like indie. You want to look a little more professional than that. And then I would also say avoid putting your country or your age because it can only really hurt you. If you're offering services through the internet, your age shouldn't matter as long as you're good, and your country shouldn't matter as long as you're able to get paid and you're reliable. Now, as far as the actual work on your portfolio, you need to be the judge of your portfolio, but I highly recommend just going on Pinterest and drawing comparisons between your work and others. So when you search bottle render into Pinterest, is your work somewhat on par with the work that you see on there that you consider good? Like, truly take a screenshot, put them side by side, and be like, are these both good, or is mine just kind of way worse? And then in that case, try to figure out what's worse about it. Is the lighting too extreme? Is the lighting too flat? I get asked all the time to do portfolio reviews in my Discord server, which I'm fine doing, but there's a lot of situations where I feel like if people just compared their work to other professional work, they would see that they have a little bit to improve in terms of just adding like surface imperfections or details or whatever else. I also see a lot of people doing the exact same things on their portfolios, like Red Bull cans and Dior Sauvage for some reason. But basically the best advice I can give about this is you need to sincerely put yourself in the client's shoes and say, is my work on par with the rest of their brand? Like, would my work alongside their current Instagram feed or their website or whatever, would it be an eyesore? And I also want to draw attention to the fact that many of my subscribers found me through a video I made where I explain how more talented artists don't necessarily get paid more, but it's also important to say that there is a general standard of professionalism and quality that you should uphold if you want to expect to get paid somewhat well. And truly, I stand by everything I said in that video. I'm still shocked by some of the mediocre quality in some of the CGI used by major companies like Coca-Cola, but even then the models are usually photorealistic and don't have any blemishes or UV unwrapping issues like the logo being stretched or whatever else. Like, they never have things like that. And the lighting and the texturing is usually good enough to like check the box. The work just is otherwise not that exceptional, and that's what I'm getting at. But anyways, I hope this short guide was helpful for you guys. The focus of this channel is basically filling the void between the art world and the business world when it comes to 3D rendering. So if you're interested in making money using 3D, this is the place to be. Also, feel free to join our free Discord server, link in the description. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all got something out of this. Thanks for watching. Peace.